They're the hooligans, rebels with a cause, defying the chains of tyrannical laws. They try to silence us, shut down our voice, but we rise like warriors, we ain't got no choice. From the streets to the shadows, where hunted we flee, building our fortress where the brave run free. Hooligans alley, our stronghold, our flame, a spark in the dark where we stake our claim. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Captain JeffMAC with the hooligan brand, battle gear blazing, he's taking command. With a heart full of fire and a will made of steel, he leads us to battle, makes the tyrants kneel. They block every platform, they censor our cries, but we shout even louder, let truth pierce the skies. In the alley we gather, our spirits won't break. For the soul of the free, there's too much at stake. Hooligans stand tall where the warriors breed, fighting for freedom, planting rebel seeds. In the face of death, we'll never bow down. Hooligans alley, we hold our ground. Through the smoke and the fire, we carve our way. With the hooligan banner, we seize the day. They can chase us, erase us, but we'll never fall. Captain Jeff's got our backs, we'll answer the call. From the ashes we rise, with the ashes we declare. Every scar that we bear is a roar and a grin.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Go read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We'll be starting off with this video of President Trump. He was on top of the White House today. He was trying to talk to the press, but nobody could hear anybody and whatever. But he was giving Peter Doocy some compliments, so there's that. Then there's a brand new Trump dance. We're going to play both those videos back to back. Then we got a video titled 5 years after it was torn down by protesters, DC's last Confederate statue will be reinstalled. It feels full circle. We were live when that statue was pulled down, and, well, I guess they're going to put it back. Then we got a video titled Comedian Interrupts Live MSNBC Broadcast for the Trump Propaganda They Have Spread. It's Alex Stein, and he's hilarious. Then we got a video titled More Police Departments Using Drones to Respond to 911 Calls. They're saying in San Diego, 24% of 911 calls can be completed just by drone without having an officer actually show up, which is interesting. Then this next video is Duffy proposes new rule for drones, saying industry needs this. We're going to play both those videos back to back as well. Then we got a video titled Texas House Democrats Defend Breaking Quorum Decisions to Leave State. This is the Dems who fled Texas, and supposedly Texas put out arrest warrants and whatever. Well, these guys are holding a press briefing, just like I said was going to happen yesterday. So now they get to say that they were doing their job duties, and they'll have immunity because of it. Watch that. That's exactly how it's going to turn out. Then we got a video titled Comer Issues Subpoenas for Epstein Files and Clinton Depositions. This is another thing that I think is going to amount to a whole bunch of nothing, but either way, there's a follow-up for the Epstein stuff. Then we got another follow-up video. It's titled A Distraction, Pushback on DOJ Mounts After Announcing Russiagate Probe. They're launching a grand jury probe, and we'll see what this turns into. Then we got our midlife break. Our funny video halfway through. It was provided by Donnie Brooklyn, and it's titled The Party of What? Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Tourists Could Face $15,000 hair bond to come to the U.S. because we're tired of people overstaying their welcome. Then we got an interesting video titled NASA Chief to Announce Plan for Nuclear Reactor on the Moon. I don't I don't know why we can't go to the moon, but we're going to build a reactor there. That doesn't make sense to me, but either way. Then the last little bit of the news is Lefty's losing it, and this one's titled Make Asylums Great Again. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. Both of them were provided by Stoner. First one's titled When You're Driving and Your Song Comes On. And our official funny video of the day is titled Got Him. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, guys? What's up, Russell? What's up, Zero? And what's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Ghostly, you were first today. Nah, I appreciate you racing in chat, and happy freedom to you, Ghostly. What's up, Beck Frank? What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Rappy? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Metal? What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Goth? What's up, T1? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody. What's up, Time Traveler? Happy freedom to you. Don't forget, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Proud Patriot Girlie, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. What's up, Toy Mafia? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Shaw? Happy freedom to you. Let's see, did we get everybody? I think we got everybody. And what is up, everyone watching over on Odyssey? There we go. For a while there, I couldn't get that straightened out. And what is up, everyone watching over on X? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this. Like I said, we're going to play these first 2 videos back to back. First one is President Trump was on top of the White House today, just hanging out and doing things. And then we got the brand new Trump dance. So we're going to play both these back to back. So let me get pulled up real quick. Also, Russell, if you're in the chat, I watched the Blues Brothers on Sunday, and I forgot to tell you yesterday. I actually did the thing. Either way, like I said, President Trump was on top of the White House today, but before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does, so I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the bars and stars, the stars and stripes hooligan badge here. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching these first 2 videos.
Mr. President, what are you doing up there?
Come down and talk to us.
What are you building?
Are you considering more renovations, sir?
Are you going to build up?
Hi, sir.
Mr. President, what are you doing?
All right, President Trump paying his respects to Peter Ducey there, telling him, looking good, Peter. I remember when she told me that last time. Either way, the new Trump dance is now out, so I figured we should stay up to date on that. This is a brand new Trump dance here. Yeah. When you ask your buddy how round her ass was and he does that move. Either way, coming up next, 5 years after it was torn down by protesters, DC's last Confederate statue will be reinstalled. It's supposed to be installed in October. Like I said, it's kind of full circle because we were live. We watched the protesters pull that statue down, and here we are 5 years later, and they're going to put it back up. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump hanging out at the top of the White House, complimenting Peter Ducey, and the brand new Trump dance that just was brought to us. Snooks, don't jump. I read that in Old Man Walter's voice. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. The first thing I was thinking of, Old Man Walter used to go to those staged events and then he'd be like, don't jump. It's like, yeah, you got to tell your constituents that because they have very high self-deletion rate. What's up, guess I'm happy freedom. What is this? It's been. We need to keep a tracker on Bobby. We need to figure out where Bobby went. We need to know how many days he's been missing. What is this? Yeah, exactly. Guess Oh, Bobby. I hope he didn't kick the bucket. We got to find him. We need to put a bell on Bobby so we can find him. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Godspeed? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. What's up, Watchman? What's up, Metal? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom. What's up, Air Force? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, you're taking over the chat over on. Alright, hooligans, we'll move into this next one. Like I said, 5 years after it was torn down by protesters, DC's last Confederate statue will be reinstalled. Now, like I said, they're aiming for October, but we'll see. Come on, do the damn thing, YouTube. Jesus loves us. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
That's right. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is calling the reinstallation of the statue of General Albert Pike odd and indefensible. In a statement, she says she plans to introduce legislation that would authorize the Secretary of the Interior to donate the statue to a museum. Back in 2020, her proposal was actually approved by the House Committee on Natural Resources. So the National Park Service says this reinstallation is in part because of President Donald Trump's executive order to, quote, beautify the district and reinstate pre-existing statues. The 11-foot statue was the only outdoor sculpture in D.C. honoring a Confederate general. You all might remember when protesters brought it down during Juneteenth back in 2020. This was at the height of the protests prompted by the killing of George Floyd. However, Pike's statue had been a point of contention in the district for years. The statue was dedicated in 1901 here at Judiciary Square at the request of the Freemasons. D.C.'s Preservation Society says the only reason it was approved was because Pike was depicted as a Freemason and not a Confederate general. For years, the D.C. Council and Holmes Norton tried removing the statue. The National Park Service is expecting to have it back up in October. I can tell you, people have been walking around and they're definitely buzzing about the news. At Judiciary Square, I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz, WUSA 9.
Okay, like I said, they're supposed to be bringing it back by October. That's the plan there. Let's see what's coming up next. Comedian interrupts a live MSNBC broadcast for Trump propaganda that they have spread. We're just going to go ahead and get right into this. This is a really short video, but it's good. It's good stuff. Come on, don't do the thing. Alright, once again, this is Comedian Interrupts live MSNBC broadcast for the Trump propaganda they have spread. Make sure you've hit that like button and let's get into this.
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
You can see.
Okay.
You can see the frustration.
Sometimes this happens.
Yep, that's our own Alex Stein, Primetime 99. He's making sure MSNBC's remaining viewers know that MSNBC sucks. And he wasn't done yet, though the MSNBC anchor thought he was.
Ryan has cleared the set, as we would like to say. The gentleman moved on. So, Ryan, let me turn back to you. Nicely handled there. Can you give us an update on, as you were walking us through this, we'll all take a breath there. Maybe not. Okay. Go ahead, Ryan. See,
hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. We're just going to pull the plug there. Thank
Kelly,
you,
this
Ryan.
is all playing out in real time.
It sure
Passion
is
high.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of anger here, as you can see. So we're going to get a control of this and come back to you when we can.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And we recognize people are expressing their views, and we're there to cover it.
Joining me now is...
All right, that's Alex Stein there saying MSNBC sucks. Saying it right into their mic and stuff. I love that. It's fucking hilarious. Next up, we got more police departments using drones to respond to 911 calls. They're saying it's working. 24% of 911 calls are being handled by drones alone without an officer actually having to show up. Although people are worried about aerial surveillance, which definitely sounds like an issue. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these statues being placed back 5 years later, as well as Alex Stein there screaming MSNBC sucks right into their camera feed. Zero, all the statues taken down need to be returned to their rightful places. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's taken so long for this stuff to happen. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom. What's up, AR16? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom. What's up, Grinches, bro? Happy freedom. Yeah, Shroomish. I know. I don't remember if it was yesterday. It must have been yesterday, I guess, because yesterday was Monday. Alex Stein has that video where he was somewhere for a hearing and was talking about how he thinks shapeshifters should be allowed in sports because it's easy to bet on. You can make a lot of money from betting on shapeshifters in female sports, but shapeshifters don't belong in female bathrooms. He cracks me up. What's up, Noad? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish, he's hilarious. Yeah, I think so too. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom. Lone Wolf, they sounded like they didn't know who Alex Stein 99 was. Well, they know now. They'd have known if it was Laura Loomer up there doing that stuff. Alex Stein getting his name out there. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom. Guess who? PMS NBC does suck. You're not wrong. Guess who? It's a public place. Can't tell him to go away. Yeah, they were just trying to create a buffer, but he's too loud. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. Return them all. I don't know if they're going to return all the statues, but at least they put that one back. What's up, Nick? Happy freedom. Checking on something. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and get into this next one. Like I said, more police departments using drones to respond to 911 calls. We got two videos on drones. The first one is about police using them, and the second one's about new regulations relating to drones. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up real quick. It's been a little while since we've talked about drones. Might as well bring it back. Pretty soon aliens will be back on the menu, I'm sure. Either way, once again, this is more police departments using drones to respond to 911 calls. Hit that like button if you haven't, and let's get into this.
Police departments across the country are adding a new kind of first responder, drones. Departments are using them to respond to 911 calls and in some cases replacing officers completely. More than 1,500 police agencies now have these drone programs. And while it's still less than 10% of all departments, the numbers are growing pretty fast.
Threw up the drone almost immediately and used infrared, and we were able to identify that suspect and call him out.
Today, cops aren't just rolling out, they're lifting off, and it's changing the math on everyday policing.
It's part of the ever rapidly increasing technological field that's available to police officers.
The drones stream live video back to dispatch, giving officers a real-time read on what they're walking into. In New York City, police are using drones to catch subway surfers.
Thermal imaging that is available on these cameras is literally a lifesaver. And it's going to help us find people who are hiding where officers can't see.
And near San Diego, nearly 1 in 4 calls never required an officer to show up because the drone had it handled. And it's not just for crimes. Drones are being used to find missing people, map out disaster zones, document crash scenes, and even clear dangerous buildings without putting people inside. Right now, there are more than 1,500 agencies actively using drones in police work. They're often able to respond faster than patrol cars, and nearly a quarter of incidents are resolved without an officer showing up, just the drone. But critics say the programs move too fast, without enough oversight. The ACLU and privacy advocates warn that aerial surveillance, especially without clear rules, could spy into private spaces. Matt Sloan is the co-founder of Skyfire AI, a drone company that operates several first responder drone programs for police. He says he understands privacy concerns and that police should stay ahead of them.
I think, the one thing that we counsel our departments in being very clear about is the fact that they only use this in response to a 911 call. So they're not actively out patrolling.
Now, so far, the FAA has cleared many of these drone programs through waivers, but the regulatory framework is still a bit patchy. Many caution there needs to be limits in place to ensure there isn't police overreach.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
Okay. Talking about drones here. I mean, I guess we'll just read through really quick. I was going to play these back to back, but I guess they're not exactly that close related. In this one, they're saying 1,500 police agencies are currently using drone programs. That's 10% of all departments are using thermal imaging in some of the drones. And they're saying in San Diego, 24% of 911 calls are being solved with just a drone showing up, no officers showing up on the scene. They're also being used to find missing people, map out disaster zones, document crash scenes, and clear dangerous buildings. But there is concerns about aerial surveillance. And I mean, that sounds about right. If they're thinking drones are so damn great, then they're going to put more out there. The more that are out there, eventually they'll just think, well, if we keep them in the sky, it'll save us on launch time. And the next thing you know, they're just surveilling us. Either way, next up we got Duffy proposes new rule for drones, saying industry needs this. Talking about new regulations on drones. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these police drones. Guess I have a drone. Let's find Bobby. We need to. I don't know where he went. Zero, I bet he was uncomfortable throwing up a drone. I mean, it sounds uncomfortable. Guess Tulsi Gabbard has revoked the security clearance of Hyena Harris, Hillary Clinton, Liz Cheney, and Adam Kissinger. Is that how you say it? Interesting. I didn't see that, but that's a step in the right direction. I know that. What's up, Dennis? Happy freedom to you. Goth, it's an unfair advantage. We can't fly, so they shouldn't accept maybe crowd control, missing people, or clearing buildings. You think they shouldn't be able to look? What about police helicopters? We already have that. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom to you. Snooks, the Rumblebot thinks you like pickles. Maybe it's a innuendo. What's up, Major? Happy freedom. Energy Woman, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Lone Wolf, today's been rough. I'm gonna order a damn pizza. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm looking forward to eating food. I'm sitting here starving to death. I'm gonna make tacos. You guys were suggesting taco salads during the end of the last live, because we covered President Trump a little while ago, a couple hours ago. And I think I'm actually gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make a taco salad. I ain't never really had that, but I do have everything I need. So I might just have to do the thing. I'm starving. Sam didn't help them catch the killer in Jackson, Tennessee this week. Sounds like some BS to get out of work. Yeah. Well, and I'm not even sure where they're deploying all this stuff. I know they're doing it in New York. They've been doing it in Oregon. Apparently they've been doing it in California. That's what it said in the video. But I'm not sure where else they're doing that. They're not doing that stuff here as far as I can tell. And I don't know. I think they were using drones to help look for victims in the flash floods that happened in Texas, though, which is good. But yeah. And that story with the killer in Tennessee, if that's the one I think it is, it just got really weird because they're saying that the killer has a relationship with like one of the COs of the jail or the prison or whatever that he was at. So he was banging one of the cops. I don't know. It's very weird. Snooks, can you eat lettuce? I can eat a little bit of lettuce. Snooks, you don't like pickles? That's not what he said. Guess I was craving Milk Duds at the same time my dog pooped on the floor. I made it work. Getting shit done. Real men of genius. That's what it sounds like. Patriot Dad, Trump Tower has the best taco salad. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Is that how it works? I didn't realize. Bill Clay, tacos. Yep, those tacos. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom. You're on the phone in Kroger. Tell everyone we said hello. Never been in Kroger before. It's nice. What's up, Montana? Happy freedom to you. What's up, My Feed? Happy freedom to you. What's up, High Toe? Nuke reactor on the moon. Radioactive cheese, the next Dorito flavor. It's a good idea. I think it's crazy that they keep saying we can't go back to the moon, and they're like, you know what? We need to build a nuclear reactor up there. It's like, yeah, that sounds right. Perfect next step. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Nerman? Happy freedom to you. Lisa, you're not a fan of the drones? It's a rhyme time. Happy freedom. Nick, clear dangerous buildings. Yeah, it's not really clearing them. Just taking a peek. Just want to take some pictures. Mr. Lynn, aren't they operated by living people? The cost is still there. Yeah. Yeah, but they're trying to say like having one guy fly a drone into the area is better than having 2-3 squad cars show up, I guess. I don't know. That's what they're trying to say. I really want to know when they say 24% of 911 calls in San Diego are being covered by drones alone. What was the 911 call? Like, what was needed? What can a drone provide? Because generally when you call 911, somebody goes to jail. Like in most situations, somebody's going to jail. A drone can't put somebody in jail. So what was the calls where the drone showed up and was like, how can I help you? And you're like talking to the fucking drone? Like, I don't know. This sounds weird. What was the calls? Snooks, we need to do an intervention with the robot. I keep saying I like pickles. I don't know where it's getting that from. Like it's saying boobs earlier. I don't have anything telling it to do that. I don't know why the Rumble bot keeps saying boobs. You guys broke it. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, more drone talk. We got Duffy proposing new rules for drones, saying the industry needs this. They don't really specify a whole lot of what's all involved, but it's more regulation. That's all I know. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The Trump administration rolling out more details on its plans for, quote, American drone dominance. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy speaking on this just this morning.
We are going to unleash American drone dominance. Operators in the past would have to get individual waivers to operate these drones. Very complicated. They were issued on a case-by-case basis. And because of that complication, I don't think we saw the innovation that we should have in America. So with this rule, we are going to eliminate that prior process, and the approval will be done in a far different way.
Duffy also revealing that this plan has been in the works for the last few years, even while Trump was out of office. News Nation's Kelly Meyer is live after listening to this big announcement. So, Kelly, what does this mean for commercial drone users all across the country?
Yeah, this is a little bit like regulating the wild, wild west. Up until now, there has been little regulation of this new drone world, with the use of commercial drones booming. And this new proposed rule means more regulation in the skies. It requires safe distance between drones to avoid collisions and requires drones to have collision avoidance technology. The Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and the FAA administrator unveiled this new rule this morning, saying there just hasn't been enough regulation and that this will change the game.
Allowing people to innovate within a set of rules that we can comply with. So I think clearly the regulations that we're talking about will not only enhance the innovation, but will enhance safety. Drones are happening, and we do have partners in Homeland Security and TSA that are very well aware that bad actors could use drones in a bad way. And so I can assure you that government's focused on making sure that we get the technology right and we get the security right.
If we don't update these rules and we allow our adversaries to evolve this technology, it's very dangerous to deploy someone else's commercial technology into our airspace, and the data that could be gleaned from that is a national security threat.
Now, this all isn't final just yet. The proposed rule will now have 60 days for industry comment before it is put into effect. Nicole.
All right. So, Kelly, we heard from the Transportation Secretary, who is wearing two hats because he is also the president's interim NASA administrator. So he was also asked about this plan to put a nuclear reactor on the moon.
Okay. So, anyways, talking about regulating drones there, they don't say a whole lot of specifics. They're just saying that they're requiring drones to stay a safe distance from each other to avoid collision, and that they want drone manufacturers to provide collision avoidance technology in the drones, which is interesting because we covered a video, is probably almost a year ago at this point. We covered a video was talking about how DJI drones used to have software built into them that would prevent you from being able to fly in restricted air zones. You just wouldn't be able to. You couldn't fly over an airport or whatever. The drone wouldn't do it. It had built-in safety technology in it. But then eventually they removed that technology, and they didn't really say why. And so then people all of a sudden were able to fly over military installments and things like that. And I mean, you get in trouble. It's the same thing. You get in trouble. But there was nothing there to prevent people from doing it anymore. And there was a bunch of bitching about it. So maybe that's why they're trying to bring in regulation and stuff. But all they've said so far, from what you hear in that video and other clips I watched, they just talk about how they're trying to avoid collision, which is kind of funny considering how much planes are struggling to stop colliding into each other because the infrastructure is old and shit, and they're worried about drones colliding. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of funny. But either way, next up, Texas House Democrats defend breaking quorum decision to leave state. This is Dems pretty much rubbing it in everybody's face that they're going to do whatever they want. No one's going to hold them accountable. I'd like to see that change, but either way, it's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Washington trying to regulate drones. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy Freedom. Break a Leg, build your own because DJI require registration. Yeah. Well, and that's what they were saying at the beginning of that video, is they're trying to get rid of registration and all of that. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy Freedom. Beck Frank, what is a tosser? I shouldn't say that out loud. Sounds bad. Montana, I have an ex-wife who could man the lunar base. Yeah, you just volunteering her? That's so nice. You're such a nice person. Grinches, bro, Trump's still messing with people, methinks. It could be. Could be. No Wolf, can't even manage reactors properly here, but yeah, let's nuke the moon. Yeah. I still don't understand that. We haven't been to the moon in 50 years. So the next time we go, we're going to be building a nuclear reactor. Like, that, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You guys are killing me with the Rumble bot. It's so funny. Totally worth $8. Energy Woman, I love how there's nothing about your privacy. Yeah, there's no regulation on that. Nope. Or allowing you to shoot it down. Can't do that either. That's the craziest thing about drones to me, is if you shoot it down, you are downing an aircraft. I don't think that should be that way. I think if somebody flies a drone and it's over your property and you smoke it, oh well. It's like if they throw a ball in your yard. That's your ball now. Fuck them. Like, I don't know. I just think it should be like that. I don't think that shooting a $25 drone out of the air should be the same thing as, you know, knocking a commercial airline out of the sky. I do not think that those have the same weight, you know, to the two different actions there, but that's the way it is. You shoot a drone down, holy shit, you can go to prison for 15, 20 years. It's not worth it. It's stupid. Montana pickle wankers. That's a different kind of wanker. My feed, it can save officers' lives. Yeah, using the drones, bringing them into unknown buildings, showing up on a crime scene ahead of time. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They are useful in that way. Guess 5% of all revenue is donated to LGBXYZ at Kroger. Interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting. I don't think there's a Kroger near me. Grinch, bro, the moon's going to be even brighter. You're going to be able to see it in the daytime. Thanks so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. What a badass. It says, take my money, Jeff. Thank you for your work. Thank you, Patriot Dad. I really appreciate you. High toe. Don't nuclear reactors require oxygen and water to function correctly? Rumblebot. They primarily need water, not oxygen. Damn, so we're going to have to haul water to the moon too? The Rumblebot is a little bit more useful than I thought. We can ask it questions right there in the chat. I don't know. We're breaking new ground here. That's why everybody needs to be on Rumble or the website, one or the other. We're going to get our own neat little AI thing on the website, I think. I'm working on something in the background. Goth, that might be another reason why they're closing 60 Krogers nationwide. What, you think they're being boycotted? Or they're just saying enough LGBTXYZ stuff for people to support it? Major Rumblebot's a Fed. That's what I keep hearing. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy Freedom. Break-a-leg, I build my drones for $500, not $25. Yeah. Either way, I don't think it should be the same consequence as shooting a real plane out of the sky. Guess you can put propellers on it, but that thing's still not that useful. Ha! Fucking smoked. Just it's been quite the day. It's been quite the day. Guess Kroger had to pay out to wrongful termination fired employees for refusing to wear Pride. That's interesting. I'm glad they won the case on that. Lisa, Mr. Drone, I'm being murdered. Can you help? Yeah, Lisa, exactly. Drone's like, we'll send someone right away. You're like, nah, it's fine. I'll just die. Fuck it. No big deal. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Texas House Democrats defend breaking quorum and decision to leave state. They're just rubbing it in their faces that nothing's going to happen. And I said this was going to happen yesterday. I was like, they're going to do a presser, and then they're going to get immunity because they'll be able to claim that they were working. Here's their presser. Make sure you hit that like button, and let's get into this.
At the end of the day, 137 Texans lost their lives. That's an emergency. That demands our action. But instead of holding hearings on flood prevention, Greg Abbott and Donald Trump held 8 hearings on redistricting, not for fairness, not for representation, but to manufacture 5 more Republican seats in Congress to enable Trump to cling on to power.
They talk a lot of noise, but these guys are weak. That's why they're over here trying to bully people. Bullies are always weak. The difference is they expect Democrats to kind of be the nice guys that we are. They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you not only are we going to punch back, but we about to beat you down.
The people here represent Texas. You can silence them, you can smear them, you can saddle them with debts and fines, but you cannot intimidate them.
Okay, so they're over there in Illinois beating on their chest, talking about how tough they are. Oh, they're so tough. That's why they fled Texas and went all the way to Illinois, because they're tough. Oh, damn, they're so tough. Stupid people doing stupid things. It's a bunch of Dems crying in a presser in Illinois, saying that they're going to stay there until August 19th, which is 14 days from now. So they're going to stay in Illinois using tax dollars to pay for hotels. They're going to stay there for the next 14 days and do a bunch of nothing or a bunch of crying just like that, just so they don't have to vote. They're claiming that they're saying, you know, they're crying about this. And like I said, them doing a presser while doing it, they get to claim that they're working. And because they're working, they get to claim immunity. So these arrest warrants that came out, I saw a video that said Rangers were going to get those people. Well, when you going to get them? They're on TV. They're standing there talking about how you're not going to do shit, and they're so tough. When you going to get them? They told you where they are. You going to arrest them? You ain't going to arrest them. Just stop lying to us. You're not going to arrest them. This shit's not going to happen. They're over there making everybody look like fools while they make fools of themselves just to play these stupid fucking games. 14 days of being on vacation, basically, at the expense of taxpayers in Texas. It's totally ridiculous. Either way, next up, Comer issues subpoenas for Epstein files and Clinton depositions. This is another waste of time. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these Democrats from Texas running to Illinois. This looks pathetic. I know, I agree. Guess we're going to have to start beating some ass here. I mean, something. Just a little bit of accountability would be really worthwhile, but where do we get it from? Nobody's handing it out. And Jasmine Crockett's always talking about violence. I always think that's crazy, too. Out of everybody doing tough talk, her and AOC, they be talking the toughest. I bet MTG could take them both at the same time. Boxing or scissoring. I bet she could take them both. I have a feeling. What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom to you. I like how Rumblebot dodged the question there. Lone Wolf, Abbott always plays both sides. I'm from Texas, born and raised, but not proud of his delivery. Yeah, I mean, I like Greg Abbott, but when they say they're going to arrest people and they don't, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't help anybody. You might as well just come out and say you're not going to do anything. You know, why lie to us about it? What's up, Noman? Happy freedom to you. Rumblebot says Armalite rifle, not action ready. I never heard anybody say action ready before. I've never heard anybody suggest that AR stood for action ready. Bill Clay MTG knows how to use a 50 cal. Yeah. Yeah, she's a tough girl. Metal. They need to get the fuck out of this state. We don't want you either. Yeah. The only place they're welcome is Portland. In the homeless encampments. Bill Clay, 14 days. I guess they're intimidated. Sounds like it. Guess Crockett and Green will lose their districts. They need to just get rid of those people. I don't understand how those people even end up on Capitol Hill. AR-16 abandonment is not a form of governance. Yeah. Guess who they had arrest warrants issued for them? Yeah. Like I said a moment ago, they're claiming that Rangers are going to go arrest them, but I don't know. I feel like if that was really going to happen, then the Democrats wouldn't be on TV going, hey, this is where we are, and we're going to stay here for the next 14 days, and there's nothing you could do about it. So it just makes me feel like, I don't know, I'd love it, right? Rangers just show up and carry these fuckers out in shackles, right? Hands connected to your waist connected to your feet, have them loop arms and shit, just walk them out in chain link style. Like, fuck, any of us have been. If you've ever been to jail and had to be transported to court, that's how they do it. I remember being 17 and being treated like that. Not a fucking politician, not somebody that passes laws and then turns around and breaks them. Just a regular civilian being treated like a fucking animal. But these people, they just do whatever they want and there's no accountability, and it's so frustrating. Guess who? Texas had 5 million people since the head count in the census, and most of them are conservatives who fled California, New York, Illinois, and they moved to red areas. So yes, they need more seats in Congress. Yeah, but it's also illegals. Having so many illegals in the country also changed the seat determination because of census. I was saying that a couple of years ago. I was saying it wasn't going to matter if we do this mass deportation because census has already been affected by the more than 25 million illegals that came into the country, because they're all counted in census too. And that's the thing. I've been saying that for years, and they don't ever talk about it on TV or anything like that. That was going to cause us to have more seats because there's more people. And they're talking about new seats, but they're not talking about why there's new seats. And yeah, shuffling around from state to state definitely does affect things, but it's having so many illegals in the country that caused that, and nobody's talking about it. Everybody was worried about it until census happened, and when it happened, everyone just stopped talking about it because they didn't want people to think about that stuff. Parabellum, running away from the problem and talking shit while out of reach. Typical lefty move. Absolutely. It's like Antifa hiding around behind a crowd of police officers and then throwing piss bottles over top. What's up, why so serious? Happy freedom. What's up, Patrina? Happy freedom to you. Parabellum, no one's supposed to be above the law. Let's see it happen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop telling us that no one's above the law. Prove it, right? Arrest a politician. Prove it to us. Goes even better if the Rangers show up and the Dems try to fight them, they'll end up smoked. It's true. I just really don't think they're going to be arrested, though. I just don't. I mean, it would be nice. Like I said, it would be nice. I wish it would happen, but until it does, I'm not getting my hopes up. Either way, like I said, Comer issued subpoenas for Epstein files and Clinton depositions. I still don't think this is going to turn into anything, but either way, it's what's coming up next. Let's get this pulled up real quick. Come on, GoofTube. There we go. All right, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
News. House Oversight Chairman James Comer has just issued subpoenas in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Chairman Comer sent one subpoena to the Department of Justice for the complete Epstein files and more for depositions from former officials. Those officials include former attorneys general Bill Barr, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, and Merrick Garland. Also, former FBI directors Robert Mueller and James Comey, and both of these people now, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton. We'll keep you posted as those subpoenas are served and action is taken.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno.
Okay, so let me grab this really quick. They did not talk about that completely. They're saying they subpoenaed to the, let me see, yeah, the subpoena to the DOJ to receive the complete Epstein files. So they're trying to get everything that Pam Bondi was saying was on her desk a couple months ago, but she didn't read all of the names, and I'm trying to think which one she didn't read. They showed 9 pictures, but there's actually 10 people being subpoenaed, and one of the names, she said Merrick Garland, but didn't mention one of the other people, and I can't remember what it is. But this is the actual post by Comer or whatever for the subpoena. So these people on these dates are supposed to be subpoenaed and all of that. Now, like I said, the news video, they kind of fucked it up. They didn't really say every person specifically. I think they only said 8 people and only showed 7 or something like that, something along those lines. Either way, that's the actual post right there. That's who is going to be subpoenaed. And I still don't think it's going to turn into anything. I think these people are going to show up, probably. And there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of news out there right now saying, well, if they don't, they'll be arrested and da-da-da-da-da. Because everybody wants to see these people get arrested. But everybody also knows that they're not going to be. So news, in order to get people to watch it, they're like, well, if they don't comply with the subpoena, then they're going to be arrested. Yeah, well, we just saw with Old Man Otto Pen that everybody who went into the hearing just pled the fifth. They didn't refuse to show up for the subpoena because they'd have to worry about bench warrants and shit. Instead, they agreed to show up, they showed up, and then they pled the fifth, and then they walked out. And that was it. And that's all they got to do. And that's what these people are going to do. They're either going to show up and say they did nothing wrong, or they're going to show up and plead the fifth. And that's going to be that. This isn't going to turn into anything. And then they're trying to get these files, these Epstein files, to release them to us and whatever. And I kind of feel like it's going to be like everything else. It's going to be 70,000 pages of redacted bullshit with a bunch of useless information that has everybody just walking in circles and speculating about stuff with no real answers. And at the end of the day, all that matters is arrests. That's it. These names, these numbers, the storyline, all that shit doesn't matter if nobody goes to jail for wrongdoing. And that's the thing. They're not going to put these people in jail. They're not. Otherwise, they would already raided their house. These people would already be arrested. They're not. It's all for show. This is just due process. They're going through the motions because this is what they're supposed to do. And that's it. And I think the Russia thing is going to be the same way. Speaking of the Russia thing, next up we got a distraction, they're calling it. Pushback on DOJ mounts after announcing Russiagate probe. And like I said, I think this is going to be the same thing. They're going through due process. Nobody's going to go to jail. And we're going to get to the end of it and nothing's going to happen. That's just what I believe. But either way, that's what's coming up next in the news. First, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about all these fuckers being subpoenaed in relation to the Epstein files. What's up, Astro Hammer? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm Ray. Let me see. Let me find the picture again. Come on, thing low. Jesus loves us. No, I don't see him on the list. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Astro Hammer, did you guys hear about Big Balls? Yeah, he got... Something happened to him, right? He got mugged or something. I saw a picture of it on X, and we heard President Trump reference it earlier when we were live covering him, but I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Why are you not on the website? Everybody's been looking for you. What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom to you. Gringes bro, I don't think people will do time, but I hope I'm wrong. That's how I feel too, Gringes bro. I don't want to bring everybody down or crush your dreams and hopes and all that stuff. I hope they go to jail too. I hope that everybody who does something wrong will be held accountable, whether they're an elected official or not, because that's what I believe in. I believe in fair and real justice and shit. I just don't think it's going to happen based on how the government's been operating the whole time I've been paying attention to it, which isn't that long, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. They haven't done shit. They did a lot to try and get President Trump, but outside of that, I haven't seen. That's the most productive I've ever seen the government function, was when they were trying to take shots at Trump, when they were trying to demonize him, when they were trying to get him arrested and bringing up cases that were beyond statute of limitations and stuff. That's the most active I've ever seen the government. Otherwise, the second most active I've seen is what Doge was doing when they were cutting departments when President Trump got in. Other than those two very specific events, they just sit on their hands and do a lot of talking. A whole lot of talking. Heard you guys getting married next Thursday at 11:45. Well, congratulations to you. Totally care. Get Obama for the chef. Yeah, they should. They absolutely should. They're saying that he was home when the chef died, and that in the report or something like that, they were saying he wasn't. So there's conflict there. What's up, Wong? Happy freedom to you. Bill Clay, you cut away from Emily Campagno. Yeah, I know. My bad. I shouldn't have cut so early. Guess you smoked me. What's up, Daywalker? Happy freedom. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. Addie Walker, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Guess who? But the Hillary Clintons for Russiagate and Bill Clinton's for the Epstein. They're subpoenaing both of them for the Epstein stuff. What's up, Mika? Happy freedom. What's up, Juggalo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike Engel? Happy freedom. Juggalo, and we know, let's see, and we all know the world is ran by pedophiles. Yeah, I don't see anything saying different, because nobody's holding the pedophiles accountable, and there is 500,000 missing children right now. So yeah, sucks. The world is an awful place. What's up, Ron? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boost of Flames? Happy freedom. What's up, Free the Texan? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, this is titled A Distraction. Pushback on DOJ mounts after announcing Russiagate probe. Come on now. Do the damn thing. Come on, GoofTube. Good Lord. Anyways, once again, this is titled A Distraction. Pushback on DOJ mounts after announcing Russiagate probe. Apparently, they're launching a grand jury probe. I'm interested to see what this turns into, but I really doubt it's going to be arrests. We can stay hopeful, I suggest. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Here with all the details, the senior national correspondent, Rich Edson. Rich, what can you tell us?
Good evening, Laura. Well, sources tell our Justice Department team that Attorney General Pam Bondi is moving to the next step in her investigation into the intelligence surrounding the 2016 election during the Obama administration. Bondi has personally ordered an unnamed federal prosecutor to present evidence to a grand jury relating to an alleged conspiracy to tie then 2016 presidential candidate Donald Trump to Russia. Justice declined to comment on the investigation. It's unclear where the grand jury will meet, who will testify, or who specifically prosecutors will try to indict. A week and a half ago, the Justice Department announced it had created a strike force to evaluate evidence that Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard had referred to DOJ. Last month, Gabbard declassified intelligence that she maintains shows that in 2016, Obama administration officials manufactured and politicized intelligence to undercut then-President-elect Trump and his incoming administration. Democrats contend that nothing Gabbard has released counters the widely accepted conclusion that Russia meddled to help the Trump campaign. They say Gabbard's allegations are just a distraction. The Justice Department is still early in the process of securing any possible indictment. Prosecutors would take evidence to a grand jury to determine if there's enough to indict. Grand juries do meet in secret, so there is often information presented there that the public will not have access to. Laura?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
Okay. So like I said, they're launching a grand jury probe. The Dems claim that because they have convinced the public about the Russia accusations, that they did nothing wrong and that it's all just a distraction. And I think that's really interesting with the way that they word that. They didn't say it that way, but that's, if you take the words that they put and you look at what they're saying, that's what they're saying. Well, the public says that there was Russia collusion, and so everything else is just a distraction. Oh yeah, so then that means J6 was an insurrection then, right? Even though the hearing for J6 determined that it was not an insurrection and that President Trump could not be impeached because it was not an insurrection. And then for couple years they just continued to call it an insurrection, told everybody who was a J6er they were insurrectionists. And now if there was something to come of that, well, they're going to say, well, the public believes that it was an insurrection, so everything else is a distraction. That's basically what these guys just said about the whole Russiagate thing. And it makes it so much more annoying knowing that nobody's going to be arrested from this, because it's almost like proving them right. They're saying it's a distraction. Republicans are saying it's not. We're going to launch a grand jury probe. We're going to look into this. We're going to find wrongdoing. And they're going to go ahead and do this due process. They're going to get at the end. They're probably going to find wrongdoing. But then there's going to be an ass ton of immunity. And nobody's going to get in trouble. And the Dems are going to go, see, this is just Republicans playing political games. And the fucking song and dance will continue. That is what this is looking like. I just wish somebody would be held accountable other than people like me and you who do not affect Capitol Hill. These people are corrupt and they are criminals and they do not get held accountable at all. Next up, we got our midlife break. It was provided by Donnie Brooklyn and it's titled The Party of What? It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about them launching this grand jury probe related to Russiagate. I guess I think you're right. Guess I watch CSI. I do too. That's why I agreed with you. Astrohammer Big Balls saw a woman being assaulted in her car and he tried to defend her, but there were around 12 teens and they beat him pretty badly. Interesting. I'll see if I can find that post. I saw images and stuff, but I didn't have a chance to actually read what was going on. Let me see if I can find it really quick, because I bookmarked it so I could come back later, I thought. Yeah. Now hopefully I can show this on YouTube and Twitch. Fucking having a stroke because it's so soft over there. This is Big Balls. He's a little roughed up. I'm not going to read all this shit, but we're going to try and find a video for it tomorrow. Either way, as far as I could tell, he's okay. Like I said, we'll get into that tomorrow. Hair juicer, did you try any of the nudes? I just got a new style of bulldog. What kind did you get? I haven't tried them yet, but I'm going to. I just want to make videos when I eat them. So that's why I've been kind of postponing it, but I'm going to soon. I'm going to try probably the most chill one and then work my way up, and I'm going to make a video for every time we eat a pack of these noodles you sent. My feed, they need to grow balls, like big balls. Our officers are embarrassing. Yeah, and there's a lot of different reasons for why cops don't do their jobs, but that's what I mean. Where's the accountability? Where is it? Kevin, you don't have power right now? Why? You have bad weather? Happy freedom to you, Kevin. Major, both parties stink of corruption. Fuck the Gov 2025. I don't know. I'm not anti-government. I'm for government reform. We need better people running Capitol Hill. But we need to do a wipe. We need transparency. We need term limits. We need qualifications. We need age max. So if you're above a certain age, you can't run for office. I mean, you know, people would be 85, 90 years old and be like, I think I'd be a good president. Fuck it, sign me up. If they got enough money, they'll be in the race. We don't need that shit. We just don't. We do not need that. So we need more regulation on government. That's what we need. What's up, Hat the Cat? Happy freedom to you. Beck Frank, are you turning the Rumblebot into an Aussie? Pumpkin, we need to arrest someone at this point. I don't care which one it is. Yeah, I mean, make an example out of somebody. Hair juicer. What is that? Carbonera? I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to Google it. You have to tell me how it is. And why are you not on the website? You keep telling me you can't get in. I'm trying to fix it, but I can't figure out why you can't get in. So I don't know what to fix. Boost of Flames, just print us all money. Yeah, just give us all money. Fuck it. You know? Then we'll all be above the law. Free League Attacks, and how in the fuck is a banana a berry? I don't know. You guys keep telling me about it. I went and bought some banana berries yesterday. I got banana berries now. I feel complete. Astro Hammer, Bulldog is currently my favorite ramen. I usually prepare it with dried corn, peas, and carrots. Sounds good. Zero, it shouldn't be an age thing. It should be a mental capacity thing. They have to pass the test. Age limit would limit many good ones. If they're that damn good, they should get in before they hit the age limit. Everything else has got age limits. You got age limits for joining the military and everything else. I think they should have both. You should have to pass a mental exam, a physical exam, be below a certain age, have term limits, be held accountable when you break the law, maybe have a firm punishment. Because you make the laws. That's how I feel about officers and judges too. They enforce the laws. If they break the law, they don't get to plead ignorance. They know the law better than anybody. So if they break the law, they should get max, regardless of what law they break. It shouldn't be up to. It should be that's what they get. Whatever the max is for the crimes they commit, they get max because they enforce the law. They create the laws. And I think that that's how it should be, because every time we break the law, which is damn near every time you step outdoors, you're breaking a law of some sort because there's so many laws, and we don't know the law, but we're always in a raffle of whether or not you get maximum time every single time you break the law. They may just give you max. It just depends on how the judge is feeling that day or how the jury is feeling and stuff like that. But now when it comes to politicians, like it just don't. Eggplants are technically berries as well. Birds aren't real. You guys are just blowing my marbles back here. Grinch's bro, banana berries are the new street drug. Mm-hmm. Here, Juicer, everyone just needs to read the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights, and then we never have these problems. Yeah, it's true. No ad birds balls are on the inside. Thanks. Thanks, no ad. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today. My feed, all 51 need to get arrested. Then Americans would have faith in the system. I agree. That's what I think, keeps lefties and right-wingers fighting so much, is that nobody goes to jail. Everybody swears they're right. Both sides think they're right. They both think they're right as rain. And it's because nobody goes to jail. If they actually went to jail, then you'd be like, see, your person saying this shit, they're in jail right now because they were fucking wrong. Now one side is triumphing over the other, but that never happens. Never happens. Nobody ever goes to jail. Just people like me and you. What's up, Bibsy? Happy freedom. Had the carbonara chicken last... What does this say? It was good stuff. I can't say the damn shit out loud for whatever reason, but glad to hear it was good. I'm going to Google it after the live. Bobby Johnson, they should be held to even higher standards than the citizens. Absolutely. What's up, Mark? Happy freedom to you. Ron J, no, it's not habanero. It's some, I don't know what it is. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. Ron J. Yesterday, USA stated that they're sending subs to the Ukraine. I wouldn't be surprised. We just sent subs to be within safe distance of Russia because Russia was making threats against us. So we positioned some submarines. So maybe it's related to that. Freethinker Texan, carbonara. That's how you say it? Thank you for letting me know, Freethinker Texan. Carbonara. I have never heard of that. Metal strawberries are not berries either. I've heard that too. Did you learn that from the Rumblebot? You guys go to college for what? We got Rumblebot. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we're going to do our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. But next up in the news, tourists could pay $15,000 for a bond in order to come into the U.S. because we got too many people who overstay after they're supposed to leave. So now we're going to charge people to come here. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, the website, log in, come to the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this pulled up. All right, midlife break here. Like I said, this was provided by Donnie Brooklyn. It's titled The Party of What?
Have you seen the Sydney Sweeney ad, Senator? And if so, what did you think about it?
Yes, I saw the ad. And okay, the young woman does have big, beautiful breasts. But let's not lose sight of what's important. We are the party of ugly, fat people. We can't just allow these Republicans to put a beautiful, white young woman with perfectly round titties in their ads, because people will like that shit. We need to keep putting fat, ugly bitches in our ads, you know? Stay woke.
Have you seen...
He said, stay woke. Nah, I don't think so. No thanks, I'm good on that. Either way, moving forward here, back into the news. Like I said, tourists could face $15,000 here bond in order to come into the U.S. because we got too many people coming here, not enough people leaving. So now we're going to charge them money because that's what we do here in America. All right, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Well, it may get a little harder and a lot more expensive for people from certain countries to visit the United States. They're going to need cash for clearance. We're talking thousands of dollars as a promise that they won't stay for too long. News Nation's Xavier Walton joins us now. Xavier, I was just thinking this new State Department plan would put a trip to the U.S. out of reach for many. Does this apply to even people who just want to come for a quick vacation?
Marky, it does, and I guess that's kind of the whole point. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone at home. The State Department announcing just within the last hour that it's launching this new 12-month pilot program requiring some people to pay bonds up to $15,000 to apply for an entry visa. So it's aimed at making sure visitors who come for tourism and business don't overstay their welcome in the United States. The program focuses on travelers from countries who historically have a high overstay rate in the U.S., as well as problems with their internal security controls. These visa bonds range from $5,000 to $15,000. Now, the pilot program, which begins in 15 days from today, is going to protect the U.S. government from any sort of financial responsibility, right, if a visitor does not comply with the terms of his or her visa. If visitors leave the country in accordance with the terms of their visas, their funds will obviously be returned to them.
Wow. Okay, so which countries are primary targets here, and are there any exceptions?
Well, there's always an exception, but the list of countries affected will come out once the program actually starts. That's on August 20th, but we know for now there are several African countries, including the ones already on President Trump's travel ban list, such as Chad, Eritrea, Haiti, Myanmar, and Yemen. And according to data from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Burundi, Djibouti, Togo also have high overstay rates in recent years. And there are exceptions. These bonds won't apply for citizens of countries enrolled in the visa waiver program, and tourists could be waived depending on, personal circumstances. So case-by-case basis, Marky, it is worth mentioning. Visa bonds have been proposed in the past, but they've actually never been implemented. But this pilot program is set to last about a year, and the U.S. Travel Association estimates it'll actually impact roughly 2,000 travelers, give or take.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. They're saying it's a pilot program. It's going to start August 20th, which is in 15 days. They're saying countries that have visitors that frequently overstay here in the U.S. will not have to pay these bonds in order to get in and get an entry visa to visit here. They will get money back if they leave on time, and they will be charged between $5,000 and $15,000. And like I said, it sounds like a good idea to me. If they can't afford it, they can't come here. Well, that'll give us some time to get rid of the 25 million plus illegals that we have currently in the country. And if they can't afford to come here, well, they have quite a bit of incentive to leave on time so they can get their money back. Now, who knows? Maybe this will still cause issues, like we have like 500,000 Chinese spies in the country at all times because of student visas and stuff like that, and every citizen of China is obligated as a citizen to be a spy for China, so maybe they will be able to front some money and overstay their welcome. China can afford it, right? We'll see how this all turns out. Either way, next up we got NASA's chief to announce plan for nuclear reactor on the moon. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these bonds to let people from other countries come here legitimately and leave on time. Zero, an excellent idea. Then they have money riding on leaving on time. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good idea too. Zero, Djibouti is just a fun to say. Yeah, I don't know. Half the countries he was naming, I've never even heard of that stuff. Guess I now support Bernie. He was spitting the truth. Ghostly pumpkins are a berry too. Holy. Summer's not even over yet. Why are we talking about pumpkins? What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Everybody's talking about Djibouti. Deb, I think it should be higher. I also think the big offenders should have to pay as well as deposited. I mean, maybe. We'll see how it all turns out. They have, I think I said 15 days before it starts, and then we'll see what kind of blowback there is. I'm kind of surprised that the Dems aren't crying about it, but maybe they are, and I just didn't come across the video. They're like, oh man, you're going to charge people to come here? We were letting them in for free for 4 years. Come on, man. Major shutdown migration for the next several years. Fuck it. I mean, could be an idea too. We got a lot of illegals here we got to get rid of. Magic Moon, nope. It's coming up next. Deb, they were paying them to come in. Yeah, it's true. Tony Rez, damn Jeff, you said pumpkin and now all the white girls are going to be looking for pumpkin spice. It ain't time, ladies. I know, they're getting their Ugg boots on and their black leggings. I know, it's not quite fall yet. We're getting there. Yeah. Is that true? You need to get your booty up here. Yeah. We should put your tie on. You didn't even get ready for work today. You showed up looking like Bernie Sanders yesterday. I know, I feel bad for the hooligans that missed it. You were styling. Klaus Daniels, attorney at law. Getting it. He's a good boy. Rappy, I love pumpkin spice lattes in the fall. You're so funny. There isn't really any pumpkin anything I like pumpkin pie. That's about it. Tony Rez, I'm not reading that out loud, but you're right. You're right. Guess I'm fall. We're just getting into the 100 degrees. Yeah, see, it's been getting down to the 50s here at night. Grisbo, Klaus is hungry. Oh, yeah, it's 8:30. Yeah, it's that time. Magic Moon, there he is, Mr. Furball. Captain Klaus Daniels here. What's up, Starn? Happy freedom. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom to you. Jagula, no pumpkins. I like pumpkins pie. What's up, Smith? Happy freedom to you. Smith, if you're going to come here to play, then you got to pay. That's right. That's right. What's up, Max? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Jobs, I know JeffMAC likes the tundra. I like it cold. I don't like it hot. Guess some. Where's Klaus's tie? Did he already get fired? Nah. It's Casual Tuesday. You can't eat those tacos with a tie on. It's Tuesday, right? It is. It is Tuesday. Pumpkin spice tea is nice. I've never had that. I would try it. It's just all the pumpkin stuff I eat, it just tastes fake. It just tastes like chemicals. It don't taste like actual pumpkin anything. So I just like pumpkin's pie. Rappy, it's the only time I drink it. Fall is my favorite season. Yeah, I like fall too. God, 50. I'm lucky if it gets to 80 degrees at night. Still 3 more months before fall here. That last 3 days. Oh, the last 3 days. Yeah, it's been 50 degrees at night for a couple days now. It's starting to get cold around here. It's like winter 7 months out of the year around here. Bill Clay, I like it hot. Beck Frank, it's Wednesday. It's only Wednesday for you, Beck Frank. The rest of us, we're still living in the past. We're just stuck in the past. You left us here. You just abandoned us in the past, Beck Frank. It's your fault. Guess I need Dockers. What is that? I should have not said that out loud. It's probably something bad. Stern, fall's your favorite season too? Heck yeah. Ron J, my building is at least 45 years old. No real insulation. It's always pretty warm. Keep my 2 windows open 12 months. That's how I am too, Ron. My slider here, I keep it open year round. Be 6 feet of snow outside, and I still got to have it open because the people downstairs like their heat at 90 year round. Guess for the record, fake boobs and real boobs taste the same, but if they have piercings, then it tastes like pennies and it smells like cheese. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, NASA achieved to announce plan for nuclear reactor on the moon. That's what you guys have been waiting for. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry is in need of our help. Larry needs a kidney transplant. And when he told me that, I put together a page for him on the website. It has his story, his details, links, and all kinds of information. So if there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please click this link and go check out his page. Alright, hooligans, getting into this video here. Because we need a nuclear reactor on the moon. And we need it now. They're talking about doing this in the next 5 years. How come we haven't been back to the moon? Well, we lost the technology. Well, when do you think we'll go back? When we're ready to build nuclear reactors, silly. Oh, okay. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
The space race is going nuclear. Interim NASA Administrator and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy expected to announce a fast-track plan to deploy a nuclear reactor to the moon by 2030. That's 5 years before China and Russia's joint plan to do the very same thing. Mills Hayes is here with those details. Okay, Mills, give us the latest and also what's at stake with being the first.
Good morning, Marky. Details still very limited right now. Politico reporting that this is something that's been discussed before, but this new directive would set a firm timeline for the first time. The United States is one step closer to extended stays on the moon and to space exploration even beyond. Politico is reporting that Secretary Sean Duffy is going to announce plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. NASA had been working towards having a 40-kilowatt reactor on the moon, but Duffy's plan is reportedly to get proposals for a 100-kilowatt reactor to launch by 2030.
Well, having nuclear power in space is really important for any human exploration beyond low Earth orbit because the moon has 2 weeks of day, but then it has 2 weeks of night. So you can't have solar power on the moon unless you have some really huge batteries, right? Because you need a battery at nighttime like we have on the space station.
It's been over 50 years since an American set foot on the moon, and this project would allow for more people to stay on the moon longer. A power source on the moon not only gives the U.S. a lunar foothold, it becomes a testing ground for exploration further than the moon. Duffy's timeline is years ahead of a reported Chinese and Russian mission to also build a nuclear plant on the moon.
China would love nothing more than to beat us. If they can beat us to the moon, that sends a very powerful visceral signal to all of humanity that China's ahead of America. So they want to beat us to the moon. And if they win this next space race, then a lot of people are going to think, well, maybe that authoritarian system isn't so bad. So it's important that America not fall behind this race, because the things we do on the moon are going to dramatically impact the things that happen here on Earth to the 8 billion of us that are down here on the planet.
The announcement comes amid NASA's downsizing. About 20% of NASA's employees opted to leave the agency as part of DOGE's referred resignation and voluntary departure program. Reportedly, the announcement will require NASA to appoint someone to lead the project and give those companies that are interested 60 days to submit their proposal.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
Okay, so we really need this nuclear reactor on the moon, and we need it now. They're saying that they're going to build a 100 kilowatt nuclear reactor on the moon by 2030, and no Americans have been on the moon in 50 years. And like I've been saying all damn day, supposedly that's because we lost the technology to get there. But we didn't lose the technology to start building nuclear reactors there. Okay. And then I also like how they're saying this will be a thing in the next 5 years, which means that they're going to start working on this sometime soon in the next 5 years. So we'll be covering follow-ups on this, which will be very interesting, considering like the last 2 launches that were supposed to go to the moon were delayed and then eventually canceled and never happened. And so we'll see if this actually becomes a thing or if it's just more bullshit. Either way, next up we get the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Of course, it is Lefty's Losing It. This one's titled Make Asylums Great Again. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about nuclear reactors on the moon. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. Tori Wayne, make it make sense. I have many theories, but I'm too crazy to say them. Oh, you can say it. You're on the website. It'll be fine. Nobody will judge you loudly. Zero beat us to the moon, but we already planted an American flag up there. I don't know. Silly China. Thank you so much, Guessum, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Guessum. Thank you so much for the support. It says, wishing it gets 15 degrees and ice over in Michigan. It's hot in Texas, so bite me. Well, thank you, Guessum. I appreciate it. It'll get hot here again, and I'll be bitching, don't you worry. Just enjoying it being cool right now. Pumpkin. We'll have it raining on the moon in no time. Yeah, exactly. They're going to break something, and it's going to take the world out with it. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. Metal. We never went the first time to the moon. Yeah, see, and I was waiting for people to say that in the chat. Because there's a lot of people saying we can't even go. Like, right, you hit the firmament or whatever the fuck. You can't even go to space. So it'll be really interesting when it's time to cover them launching the equipment to the moon to build the nuclear reactor and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Back Frank, I'll call more bullshit. Tony Rez, the nuclear moon sounds like something my toilet might see after Taco Bell. Giving it the nuclear moon, Jesus. Holy. Deb, I didn't get that impression at all. I've had to watch that video 3 times. It says, I think he takes it up the butt. He talks as though he has trouble thinking and is in pain. Well, thank you for letting us know, Deb. I missed it. I'm glad you caught that. MU, leave our moon alone. That's what I'm saying. They're going to mess something up, and everyone's going to have to pay for it. Hair juicer, Bulldog Carbonara is dog shit. Ugh. Why is that, hair juicer? What's bad about it? Tony Rez Klaus is getting ready for the Only Cats. Mm-hmm. That's my retirement plan. Taking pictures of Klaus. I'm gonna be Klaus's camera guy for the Only Cats. You're gonna take us out of the ghetto, buddy. Mm-hmm. He's a good boy. Deb had me checking what day it was. I know, I was confusing myself there for a second. It's been a long day. Boost of Flames is space boobs. You're right. We are getting closer to the space boobs. This is necessary research here. Metal. What if it gets blown up instead? We'd be fucked. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. All they got to do is mess the moon up. It's going to mess everything up for us. The whole reason we have waves on the earth, like the water has waves, is supposedly because of the gravitational pull of the moon. So what's going to happen when we don't have a moon? And weren't they saying an asteroid was supposed to get close to the moon? If it hit the moon, it was going to cause a meteor shower right next to Earth, which would put all of us in danger. They were worried about that, but they're not worried about a nuclear reactor being on the moon. I don't know. Sagepie, have you seen the movie Moonwalkers? It's hilarious. No, I actually don't watch space movies because they freak me out. Same thing with like being in the ocean. I don't watch those movies either because there's two places I'd never be, where you have to wear some special suit or be in some sort of equipment, or else you will die. You cannot handle being out in the open, and to me that doesn't sound like a good time. So I don't watch anything about space, and I don't watch anything about being under the water. What's that movie? It's got like Sandra Bullock in it, and she's like in a space pod, and she thinks like George Clooney like crawls in through the door or whatever the fuck. She's like hallucinating and shit and falling back to Earth. Somebody made me watch that, and I fucking hated it. That was the worst experience ever. I was like holding my breath for like 2 hours. Fucking hate that shit. I do not like space movies or stuff in the ocean. I don't like it. I just don't. Astro Hammer's spicy carbonara is one of my favorite Bulldog ramens. I'm waiting to see what was so bad about it. Enter user, but space chicks are hot. I mean, they have to come visit me. I can't go visit them. I can't. I don't like space. I just don't. Ghostly, we have tides because of the moon. I had to read that 4 times because I thought you said we have titties because of the moon. I was about to start thanking the moon and stuff. You're right. Kevin, power's back. Glad to hear it. Watchmen played Subnautica for therapy. It helped. Really? Isn't Subnautica got like big ass sea creatures in it and stuff that lurk in the darkness? Metal Spaceballs was awesome. You're right. You're right. Spaceballs is awesome. Deb, that's the most boring movie ever. You talking about the Sandra Bullock space movie? It's awful. It was awful. Freely Text said Jeff is weird. I know. I don't know why I'm like this. This is just how I ended up. Been that way my whole life. I've always been the odd one. Bill Clay, so I guess Jaws is out. Yeah, I don't like Jaws either. That stuff freaks me out. Or what's the other one that came out? It's got LL Cool J in it. Deep Blue Sea or whatever. Hated that movie too. Goth, we have waves because of the wind. Oh, because of the wind too. Yeah, I mean it contributes to it, but that's why the waves always come to shore and they don't go away from shore. Is something about the moon's gravitational pull, supposedly. Hair juicer, Bulldog Carbonara sucks so much I didn't even finish it. Holy hair juicer, holy hair juicer. When you evolve, that's what we'll have to call you, the holy hair juicer. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, don't send me that pack then if it sucks. We'll just save you the trouble. Roy, they're going to piss off a lot of surfers. Yep, and they're going to rise up. Surfer riots. They're not ready for these problems. What's up, Dusto? Happy freedom. What's up, Brian? Happy freedom to you. Jagulous space titties. It's all part of the plan. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Max, rocket fuel is expensive. I believe it. I really believe it. What does it take to build a nuclear reactor? Let's Google that. How long does it take to build one? How long would it take to build a, what was it, 100? Or is it 1,000? 100 kilowatt. 100 kilowatt nuclear reactor. I don't think we were supposed to Google this. If I'm not here tomorrow, you know what happened to me. Says the provided context does not contain specific information about the construction site of the 100 kilowatt nuclear reactor, but the data discusses the construction times for full-scale nuclear reactors with an average global construction time of 6 to 8 years, averaging 6.3 years. That's with the shit already here on Earth. We're going to carry everything to the moon, and we're going to do it less than 5 years. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It takes us 6.3 years on average to build one of these fucking things here on Earth where the resources are already here. But we're going to build it a year and a half less, just under a year and a half faster by hauling everything to the moon. That doesn't look right. That's not right. That's something's wrong with that shit. It's basically saying that there is no way that we could build one in 5 years. Like, it's doing all these different, I can't even, we weren't supposed to look that up. That's, you know, when they say don't look behind the curtain, that's what they mean. We weren't supposed to look that up. That's, that doesn't make sense. The math ain't fucking mathin'. Either way, let's move forward here before I get hit with the heart attack gun from Hillary Clinton through the damn slider door here. Like I said, Lefty's losing it, and this one's titled Make Asylums Great Again. Let's get this pulled up. Holy, I'm gonna wake up with Hillary Clinton squatting over my face tonight. I'm not looking forward to that. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties losing it, and the Democrats are in all sorts of trouble. Their brand is in the toilet and circling the drain, and things are about to get worse with a new congressional map in Texas being voted on. And that has Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett losing it. She may even lose her seat. She's certainly lost all sense of decorum. Listen to how she speaks about President Donald Trump here.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this.
After her foul-mouthed, ghetto-like tirade against the US president, Jasmine went on the attack, this time with the Supreme Court, making all sorts of wild claims.
But most importantly, the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit. And so I think one of the places that we have to start is we are absolutely, they are the highest court in the lands, and they have no ethics guardrails. Now you go down to the lower courts and they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail, and they refuse to put guardrails on themselves, so it's time for us to do it for them.
That all sounds rather insurrection-y to me. She doesn't respect the rulings of the Supreme Court. Did she just accuse them of taking bribes? And here she is threatening to beat down Republicans.
They expect Democrats to kind of be the nice guys that we are. They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you, not only are we going to punch back.
She wishes she looked like Candace Owens so bad, especially with that haircut.
No one thinks Democrats are the nice guys, Jasmine. And did you see the others clapping there like deranged seals? And talking about deranged, here is Democrat Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer lying, just lying.
You know, it keeps getting worse. Today, Donald Trump and the White House announced they're going to spend $200 million to build a large, fancy White House ballroom. This is what Doge was all about, folks. Cutting things, taking things away from you, and not giving it to some place that needed it. Giving it to the big shots who run the show, Donald Trump at the top of the list. Maybe he can park his new plane in the big ballroom. It's probably big enough.
Now, Chuck knew he was lying there. He knew. He's not stupid, but he knows he can get away with it. And so he felt rather comfortable fronting the media to repeat those same lies, suggesting taxpayers were footing the bill for this planned ballroom. Watch this clip, followed by a quick fact check from Caroline Levitt.
Here's even something more confounding. Some breaking news. Just now, the White House announced construction of a $200 million White House ballroom that will begin in September. A $200 million ballroom. Where'd this money come from? Did Congress appropriate it? I don't think so. It's almost like Doge was never about waste at all.
President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure.
Now, I've often argued that we need to bring back asylums, make asylums great again, and here is further proof that there is a shortage. This lefty is having a murderous meltdown because Donald Trump axed taxpayer-funded NPR and something called Tiny Desk Q tantrum.
I don't give a just kill him! You have to!
Now, let's check in on some activists, those keen enough to make signs and turn up to protests, claiming the president is a fascist and the real criminals are in the White House. You know, you'd expect those folk to be really across the issues, have some in-depth knowledge.
What crimes have they committed?
Trump?
Yeah, the ones in the Oval Office. What crimes have those people committed?
You want to look it up on Wikipedia? There's like a list.
Well, you made the sign, so I'm asking you.
It's true. I'm at a protest, though.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything. I'm here for my community.
Okay, so you make a sign about people being criminals, but you don't know what you made it for?
All right, so I make a sign supporting my community and the people in it. Yeah. And I'm not ashamed.
I think he should be ashamed of it, but here are some more protesters who have absolutely no idea what they're protesting, who they're protesting, or why, but they're there holding signs.
Do you think Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist? I don't know who that is. It's who you're protesting. Charlie who? Charlie Kirk. I don't know who Charlie Kirk is. He's the CEO of Turning Point USA. It's the whole reason for the protest.
Now, I've been accused of stereotyping folks with septum rings as lefties. Well, here is a septum-wearing lefty confirming that it's not a stereotype, it's just facts.
All leftists look the same. Yeah, babe, it's because we want you to know, okay? I put the septum ring on and I said, everybody is going to be able to identify me as a leftist. Yeah.
And here is another sad girl with a septum ring living up to the stereotype beautifully.
I'm definitely not proud to live in this country. Trump is a piece of shit. The Republican Party is a piece of shit. You know why Kamala gave me hope? It wasn't her, it was Tim Walz. I'm a Minnesotan. I know what he stands for.
Now, this next clip is rather adorable. Here you have a lefty mum, a Democrat, being trolled by her own son. This is love.
So I'm staying the night with my son, and he has a very sick sense of humor. He made a Trump bedroom for me. Notice Trump toilet paper, Trump mugshots. And he said, open the closet, open the closet. A life-size freaking
Badass.
Superb. She may be a lefty, but obviously she's raised a sensible son. I think you should do that to any lefty family members you may have. If you invite them over, decorate the room accordingly. Now, President Trump was asked about the ad that's got everyone talking, American Eagle's Sydney Sweeney ads, and watch his reaction when he's told the actress is a registered Republican.
Sydney Sweeney, she's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
I like how he put that condition on it. If she is a registered Republican, I'm not sure he's convinced. Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Kosha.
All right, that is Lefty's losing it. And like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We're about to get into the fun stuff here. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. Both of them were provided by Stoner. First one's titled, When You're Driving and Your Song Comes On. And then your official funny video of the day is Got Him. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Lefty's losing it. You about to wake? Huh? The Advent calendar's coming up. We gotta see what you get today. Maybe it'll be another bow tie. You're a lucky guy. Guess I agree. Her ass is awesome. Which ass are we talking about? Jordan Wayne, give that man a raise. Guess he or she is a piece of shit. Yeah. Screaming about killing the president. Like, I don't know what makes these people so brave. They're so soft they cut their own fucking wieners off because they're having a hard day, but then they got the nerve to like talk shit about the president. Like, who do they think they are? Goth, all us hot ladies are Republicans. That's right. That's right. I mean, I don't consider myself a hot lady, but yeah. I could be on the weekends. Dusto, she's got a nice ad. Yes. My feed love this. I know they're making fools of themselves in this one. He's like, you know Charlie Kirk, and guy's like, I don't know who Charlie Kirk is. Well, then what are you doing? You just didn't have shit to do on a Saturday or what? Silly lefties. Beck Frank, that was a bogan? That's what I thought. As soon as I saw them, that's exactly what I thought. Like that there's a bogan. Dusto rent a protester? Yeah. Crowds on demand and all of that. Magic Moon admitting you're an idiot on camera. Yeah. Love it. What's up, Mav? Happy freedom to you. Lizzo's hairy nipple. Happy freedom to you. That's a hell of a username. $20 is $20. That's what they say. What's up, Efo? Happy freedom to you. If yeast infection was a person. You're smoking me. You're smoking me. Holy Lizzo. Torban, poor Lizzo's nipple. Oh no. And I almost had a stroke reading it because it wasn't spelled the way you would expect. But either way, we're going to go ahead and get into the fun stuff here. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, locals, buy me a coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what Klaus is getting today. In the advent calendar, sent by Tori Wayne. Now we're getting down to it. Yes, we only got one box left after today. So we're almost wrapping this up. Today is day 23. What do you think? What do you think's in there? You gotta guess really quick. Don't look. You gotta guess. He's looking at me like I'm being mean to him. Yes. He's got a blue one of these that he got out of the calendar. He loves it. Now he's got a pink one. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? He's like, I got two now? Poor cat ain't got no balls. Anyways. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate it. Alright, let's get into these funny videos here. Like I said, they're both provided by Stoner. Yes. Now I remember. I always forget what the funny videos are. So I'm always excited to see, just like you guys. Alright, let me get this off the screen so you guys can see things. You guys are going to be looking at things. Either way, this is titled, When You're Driving and Your Song Comes On. Yeah. Love that feeling. Alright, getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up. Like I said, this is also provided by Stoner. And this is titled, Got Him. That's why I got a cat. Alright, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this Linktree link really quick. I'm gonna drop it in all the chats. We're gonna read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Getting roughed up by the dog. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know if that kid just became a shapeshifter right in front of us or what. Either way, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our own private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through and we get the pledge coming up. And after the pledge, we are going to be raiding out over on Rumble. So don't leave just yet. Either way, reading through. Zero, and that's why people cut off dogs' tails. I mean, I don't know if that's the actual reason. I always wondered why Cocker Spaniels had little nubby tails. I guess now we know. God, did you see the seal vid I tagged you on at X? Oh, with the voiceover? Yeah, I did. It's awesome. It's a good video. I'm trying to think. I'll have to watch it again. It might make it as the funny video of the day for tomorrow. Told a carrot lab tails hurt. I didn't realize. Never experienced it firsthand. Hey, thank you for being here, Pumpkin. Much love to you. Booze Flames. Free that bird. He was jamming. Back Frank, shit, what is he gonna put on me now, says Klaus. Yeah, he lucked out today. Hey, thanks for being here, AR16. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, I appreciate you being with us. Too old to care. Hey, thank you for being with us, Magic Moon. Teasel, his wife's a dude. I don't know what you're talking about, but you're probably right. Alright, Hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Zero, can you imagine getting smacked by a Doberman tail? No, I try not to picture stuff like that. I don't get roughed up in the southern region. It's not fun for me. Either way, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Klaus Daniels just fucked it up. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Klaus Daniels is trying to climb into my chair. He was up underneath my elbow. That's alright, we still did it. It was a little rough, but we got there. Either way, we're going to figure out who we're going to raid really quick, but we are wrapping this up. Let's figure out who we're going to raid first. Oh, let's see what Toasty's doing. It's been a while. Tipsy Titty Tuesday. Alright. I don't know what they're talking about. We're going to make the most of it, I guess. Well, hold on a second. I can't put them on the screen if they're doing too much. Oh, YouTube and Twitch and all that. We're going to have to be quick. That's all I know. Let's do the raid. And as always, hooligans, please hit that like button as soon as you land. Okay. Hopefully they're not saying anything too terrible.
Sticky skeletons.
Fuck you, John!
What?
6 sticky skeletons, 6 sticky skeletons, 6 sticky skeletons.
There we go. There we go. All right. Sometime phonics. Yeah.
Thank you for the raid, JeffMAC. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Indeed.
Raid time. Woo, woo. Raid time. Woo, woo.
Indeed. And for all the new people joining in, if you would like to hang out with us further this evening, as you see, we got 20 minutes on this countdown timer. We are $58 away from extinction.
Yeah. Hooligan raid. Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you click on the follow and you just like the stream. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're trying to do tongue twisters. We're kind of we're twisted right now, and we're trying to do. Well, I'm trying to do this. She finished it. I'm bad at this. I am. You know.
We're twisted and tipsy, and we're doing titty twisters. No, twisters. No.
I mean, that's a different episode, but I'm here.
Alright, so I don't think we need to advertise why you guys should be watching on Rumble. I think you guys have figured it out. They are tipsy, doing tongue twisters with their titties out. Something along those lines. Either way, fantastic raid, you hooligans. Very good job. Holy, there's a lot of T's going on. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and we are wrapping this up. But we'll be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Reading through. Tor Wayne, he's so sweet. Yeah, he's a good boy. Hey, thanks for being here, Matt Rogers. Goth, I'll check it out. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, I love you guys too, Magic Moon. Thanks for being here, Tony Ridge. EFO rotary phone? What are you talking about? I didn't see it. I missed it. Lizzo's. Talking about Mohap. Mm-hmm. All that Mohap. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Go out there and enjoy your day. Find yourself something good to eat. I'm going to try and do the same. I'm going to make a taco salad. I'm excited to do so. But make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.